on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Dauntless Outdoors. Today's episode, we're out here in 51 feet on some rocks and stuff. Got Jesse, got Colin. We're gonna see how it goes. The viz looks pretty good. We're gonna see how it turns out. We don't really know. It's a pretty calm day out here. Not too bad. Sun's a little high, but oh well. Jug in the water. See how it goes. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Dauntless Outdoors. Today's episode, we're out here diving at Braden, Florida, and we are kind of just checking out a pretty usual spot that we dive here. This is my first dive of the day. I'm just going down to the bottom, checking out the area. I made sure I landed out in the sand about 20-something feet off the structure. Kind of just checking out what's going on, and I see these two nice hogfish lining up. Knew I had to take the shot there. Secured both of them here. And obviously the shark rolls up. You can hear me. I grunt at him. He just turns away. He's a little bit of a smaller shark, so didn't really do anything too crazy there. And secured both these nice hogfish. As you saw, he was coming back there at the end, but he kind of just kept his distance. He was a little spooked there. But great way to start the day. That's one way to start the day. Two nice hogfish. Let him and killed him. Awesome way to start the day.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Colin here. So, this is, I think, my third or fourth dive on the spot. This is right after Josh shot those two hogs on the same shaft, which is really cool, and he said there's quite a few down there. So I take a dive, and I immediately see this hog rolling right up, super curious. I knew he was legal, but he wasn't, super big, and I thought maybe thered be some more the size of what Josh had just harvested. I see this guy coming in, and then I realize that he's not as big as this one, so he gives me just, the perfect broadside shot, typical hogfish style, and I'm able to get a good stone shot on him and secure this fish.
So Colin just got that other nice hogfish here, and we're kind of just checking out a really large area on this spot. We don't dive it a ton, but we do dive this area a good bit. So, as you see, I'm kind of just going down to the bottom. It's pretty barren on this side, but I spot a pretty good gag. I don't know if you can see him, but he's kind of just about 5 feet up in the water column out there. I was trying to get him to come to me, but he would not budge, and he started turning away. They're pretty smart here towards the end of the season, and I pushed towards him, and I kind of just took a far shot and missed. So, kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is.
So this clip right here is a prime example of why you always should try and secure your fish to your person as soon as possible. I come down on this gag right at the end of my dive. I was actually just scanning the bottom, and so I leave him below me. I never even noticed the shark. If you're a sharp eye, you probably saw him right there. And I'm headed to the surface, just slowly pulling this gag up to me, trying to get him closer to me. As soon as I hit the surface, I get pulled right back under, really sharp tug. And I look down, and there goes my gag.
All right, just got to the new spot. This is what we got at the last spot, probably like a 17, and like a 15 guy. And then we got the boys up there. We're trying chum out today. We're gonna see how it works.
Tossing a couple shrimp here and there.
Just shrimpies. We're gonna see how it works. Don't know. Maybe the hogfish eat it, maybe not. See how it goes. Catch you guys in the water. So we started tossing some shrimp and stuff. Jesse took the first dive here, but I'm taking the second. As you see, there's that gag up in the water column. I wasn't too sure if I wanted to take him or not. I knew he was legal. He's about an inch over or so, but kind of just decided to see what else was going on just because it was one of my first dives here, and wanted to make sure I wasn't going to pass up on anything like big. So I saw this rock, kind of looked under it, maybe seen like a big mangrove or something, but there was none under there. So as you see, I'm kind of just chilling out, checking around the bottom. I mean, there's nothing else really going on, so I decided, you know what, I'm going to take this gag. I knew he's legal, and season's about to close, and they're pretty tasty fish. So wait, turns, and I get a good shot in him. Unfortunately, I kind of just let him swim under that rock. I didn't know there was enough room for him to go under there. But luckily for me, I got a good buddy diver, and as you see right there, Colin's headed down to the bottom, and he kind of just secures this fish.
I go down here real quick as soon as I heard Josh shoot, and as you see, this shark came in hot for his fish, and if I hadn't have gone down, we probably wouldn't have secured this gag. He got just wrapped up on the bottom, and when you know the shark's in the area, the best practice is to recover your buddy's fish.
So after that gag there, it's pretty interesting. We knew there was a rock on this spot that's got like typically a couple big like mangroves, a couple lobsters, stuff like that under it. We've shot a lot of fish under it, so I was kind of just searching around for this rock and just cruising around the bottom. So as you see, kind of just searching along, I saw that hogfish there on the beginning of my dive. I knew he was legal, but I didn't see anything else, and I kind of just wanted to wait until I saw something that was bigger. But if it got to the end of my dive, I was going to take that hogfish. But when I look off to my left over there, I saw this really nice hogfish. I tried to get him to come to me, but he was also pretty spooked, so I had to go over to him. And luckily for me, he goes to this rock that I'm looking for. As you see, if you pay attention, this is a rock I dive later in the video, and it's got some pretty cool stuff under it. But really nice gag or hogfish there. It's my third hogfish of the day. Pretty cool. Cool dive there.
That rock is right here.
So I got that hogfish back to the boat, and I'm going back down to check up under this rock here. And as you see, I look off to my left and I spot a pretty nice hogfish. He ended up being the biggest one I shot all day. He was about 20 inches. And as you see, he didn't really want to come towards me at all, so I had to close the gap. Slowly swimming towards him, gives me enough of an angle there, and take the shot, completely stone him. And I always like to be kind of cautious of what's going on, and that shark comes in really hot there, but he kind of just was minding his business a little bit. So awesome fish.
Shark. There's a black right here.
A black grouper?
What's going on, y'all? This is Jesse. Taking my dive here. I just talked to Colin, and he said he saw a nice lobster under this rock right here, so I'm going down to take a look at that. You can't really see it on camera, but it's right there under that ledge. Pretty good sized lobster, what they ended up catching, you'll see later on. But I look up and I see a decent snapper up in front of me. I contemplated on shooting him because he was a little bit smaller, but I took a couple seconds, decided I did want to take him, so shot him right here. Got a nice holding shot on him. Typically I like to try and secure my fish, but I was kind of out of breath, so I headed up to the top and my shaft got stuck there. And then you see that shark come in right there. Luckily my snapper tucked under that rock right there, so you'll see them, Josh and Colin, retrieving that in a second.
So Jesse got that nice shot in a pretty good mangrove here, and Colin had gone down trying to get this fish free. He could have gotten it free on any of his dives, but he wanted to make sure he wasn't going to get sharked, because when he went down there, there was 3 of them circling it, so it just wasn't smart to try and take it out by yourself. So I go down there and I secure this fish as Colin's above me watching over the whole area. I mean, you can look everywhere, but still a shark can sneak up on you in a couple seconds. So it's always safe to be buddy diving and just have somebody else watching over you. So after we secured that snapper there, we go back over to this rock, and I was kind of just planning on scouting the area out, but Colin saw that I was getting pretty close to landing this lobster, so he goes down and helps me land him. I can't reach him. I'm like fully up under their head and all. I'm just reaching as far as I can, but I still can't reach all the way to him. And Colin gets a hand on them, and we've caught lobster out of under this rock before, but he's so big that we can't fit him out of that little slot on the side that we typically do. And as you see, Colin pulls him out of that hole and takes him up to the surface. I grab the guns and secure a really nice lobster.
Nice.
Get him out of that hole.
Yeah, I know. It's a big lobster.
So this here is one of my final dives. We're at the new spot and kind of just checking the area out on my way down. I look up and I spot a pretty decent hogfish over there. He's probably about 16 and a half inches. And I had already had 4 hogfish in the boat, so I decided if he comes back and gives me a shot, I'll take it. And he's just right over there. I knew I could get a shot off on him, but I saw the shark coming in. And if he was too close, I wasn't going to take the shot, but the shark kind of just swam off. He wasn't too hot, and I decided to take the shot on this hogfish. Made sure to look up before I went down to secure him, and the shark just swam off. So I knew I was safe to grab this hogfish and get my legal limit of hogfish. What's going on? We changed spots again. I had 4 hogfish in the boat, and I just got my last one right here. This guy, about 16 inches, not too bad. I got my limit. I can't shoot anymore, and I got a decent little gag there. Colin just got that nice lobster, and they're both in the water right there. When I hopped in this spot, I shot that hogfish there, and then when I was putting him in the boat, Colin saw probably a 15-pound cubera, so we're gonna see if he can secure the bag over there. They've got 1 bag of shrimp and the lobster legs. We took all the lobster legs off because you know cubera eat them, so we're gonna put that on the bottom and maybe get a decent cubera. What's going on? Just got back to the house. Did pretty decent. We got a nice lobster, decent little gag, 6 hogfish and a snapper. Not too bad. Catch you guys in the next one.